And so, FYI, I want to show you something interesting on Donald Trump's chart. Um, we're looking at his rising sign, which, of course, is his what what brings him to the front of our society because he has Regulus, the kingmaker, on his fiery Leo ascendant. Hence, you see the color of his hair is almost golden and red, and that's Mars, a very martial red planet. He has Algol, um, which is, um, well, it's I don't know how to say it, but usually you rise to power and then you fall by having your head, losing your head, literally. So that's what that is. It's part of the Via Combusta group here and here. This axis here in the last degree of these two fixed signs. So that's what I really want to point out is here is his fifth house. And you see uh, these transits here with Saturn and Pluto are the major transits in Capricorn. Now, you're probably hearing a lot about the Capricorn transits because that brings a change of power structures. And it can be quite an upheaval of, I want to keep everything like it is or has been, and I want to Pluto, the plutocrat, this guy is going to run in with the with bombs and blow everything up. So uh, they're all in his fifth house. Very interesting to note the intense interest in fifth house matters in Donald Trump's chart. He has his, I guess, his three children that are on the forefront of his businesses and his life, and they are under scrutiny, including his son-in-law. So, and of course, the big questions are his children, Ivanka, Don Jr., and Eric, and the son-in-law going to be indicted, arrested, go to jail. It's many, many charges in the Trump crime family, and that's what's being portrayed as. This is the fifth house of children. So, you know what we got to look out for is maybe some more little Trumpsters popping up that he has fathered, and they're going to be showing up going, Daddy, because you have children all over the place. They're also children are your creations. So it's interesting that the fifth house rules sports, and there's been a lot of um, controversy about the sports figures taking the knee. And need I even mention the poor little children that are in kiddie concentration camps on the border and God knows where else. So, I mean, really, they've been shipped all around. The illegalities are monumental. When you steal a child's childhood, that's what they're doing. You put them in little camps. You've stolen their childhood. So that's what the focus on children is not going to end with the little children that are locked up, God knows where, shipped all over the place. Rumors of oh, pedophilia and things like that, and little children being molested. It's it's almost almost unspeakable. So that's what we have here is gigantic questions into children, who he's fathered, who he's locked up, by the how many have there been? The numbers go up and down, and one is too many. So, somebody steals your childhood, that's one too many. So, this is what's happening now, and this is going to be part of his life and his legacy. So, I wanted to point that out so that as the news cycles go on. You're going to go, oh, fifth house, children, love affairs, porn stars, uh, yet to be known uh, children popping up. Their little Trumpsters have been birthed, and he wants to keep that secret. And I do believe there are rumors of a maid in one of the Trump towers. You know, it probably goes on and on. And you can only pay off so many people, the children in kitty concentration camps. And what is going to happen to his children? Probably not such a good thing. Saturn and Pluto are very, very rough, roughy toughy. And Capricorn says that you better pay the piper. You don't fool around with Saturn and Capricorn. That is an iron fist. It is rough and tough. It's a plutocrat. Think of the word plutocrat. And we have Pluto, god of the underworld, unseen things, debauchery, all kinds of dreadful things, the plutocrat. And there's Saturn. Mr. Saturn says, thou shalt not have, in the fifth house of children. So I just want you to be aware of that. And of course, these things are coming to a head with these transits hitting his main planets up here. As you know, he has Mercury squared Neptune, which makes him a liar. Sorry, but Mercury and Neptune together is illusory at best, a king of illusion. And this we've come to recognize as someone that has the sun born at a full moon, and the sun in Gemini, meaning two, duo, dos, two, always two of everything, two faces, two stories, two lies, two agendas, if not more. That as like Janus is the Greek god facing one way and facing the other. So then we have the moon in Sagittarius, which I went over in another video, and it shows his affinity for foreign women. Like his mother was Slovakian, his first wife Slovakian. Now there's Milena, who's Slovakian. So we have, it looks like an attempt to marry mom. So psychologists can have fun with that. It is mainly the children issue. It's not only his own two children, which really they don't care about little children in concentration camps. Neither does his wife or the people around him. That's not important. Maintaining control, power through being plutocrats, call it what you like, but it's cruel. And so this cruelty to children will come back to him. And it will come back to him through his own children. So if he laments the fate of his children, he must think of all the children, untold numbers, thousands. You know, really nobody knows. It's all secret. How can you lock up thousands of children and keep them secret? What, you know, I'm not going to ponder the morality of that. And I must tell you, Saturn is morality, and it's a harsh morality. So the great timekeeper, the great thou shalt not have, and taskmaker comes into his fifth house where you must pay. It's time to pay. And the fifth house is not only little children that he's fathered, and he tries to keep them secret, and his own children will pay the price, the karmic price, for standing by and watching other children get their childhoods stolen. So we will move on from this, and we'll move on very easily. And this has all been a really important lesson. I'll try to leave a link to a reading from my deceased husband, who predicted this back in 2011, and it was quite interesting. And I I was really kind of surprised. He said, but that's for another time. If you choose to listen to it, it's like 4 minutes, but it is a message from my channel from my deceased husband who predicted this, and he was on the other side laughing. He was laughing. He said, "Oh, you just wait." So here we are. So I leave that with you, and uh, I know things are going. How can they get worse than they are now? We're at the pinnacle of change, and truly, from other studies, astrological studies, we have entered the age of Aquarius. So we'll be a little. We can go back to our original values, and they're probably going to be um, improved an awful lot. So God bless America, and God bless you, and keep the faith.